All right, if you're a Flutter dev, you know this feeling. You're staring at your screen and you have to make a choice. FutureBuilder or StreamBuilder. They are so important for dealing with data that isn't ready right away, but man, they can be a huge headache. In this explainer, we're going to clear all that up for good. And this quote just hits the nail on the head, right? They look similar, they feel similar, but they solve totally different problems. You look at the code, the boilerplate is almost the same, and you're just stuck. It feels like a trick question, and honestly, that similarity is a trap. Picking the wrong one, that can lead to some really nasty bugs or code that just chugs along super slow. So that's the big question, isn't it? When do you use which one? Don't worry, by the time we're done here, you're going to have a super simple rule in your head to get this right every single time. Okay, before we get into the head-to-head comparison, let's just take a quick step back. Why do we even need these things? Well, it all boils down to what we call the async dilemma. I mean, in any real app, you're not going to have all your data right away, are you? Think about it. Your app is always busy in the background. It's hitting APIs, querying databases, checking if a user's logged in, getting live updates. All this stuff takes time. And you can't just freeze the whole user interface while you wait for that to finish. That would be a terrible user experience. So that's exactly where these async widgets come in. They're the heroes that manage all those loading states for you so your app stays smooth and responsive. All right, let's meet our first contender, FutureBuilder. The easiest way to wrap your head around this one is to think of it like ordering something online. You click buy, that's your request, you wait a bit for it to ship, and then boom, your package arrives. One request, one delivery. That's it, one and done. So, in the world of Dart, a future is basically a promise. It's a promise that you'll get a single value, eventually. It's like an IOU for data that's on its way. The FutureBuilder's job is super simple. It just sits there, waits for that one value to show up, and then it builds your UI. That's why it's perfect for those one-time operations. And these examples, they're classic FutureBuilder territory. Let's say you're fetching a user's profile from an API. You ask the server for the data once, right? The data comes back, you show it on the screen. It's not going to magically change on its own. You'd have to hit a refresh button or something to get it again. That's the perfect job for a FutureBuilder. So here's the absolute key takeaway. If you find yourself thinking, I just need to get this data once, then stop right there. You're looking for a FutureBuilder. Seriously, just burn that into your brain. One request, one result. Okay, now let's flip the script completely and talk about StreamBuilder. If FutureBuilder was ordering a package, think of StreamBuilder as subscribing to a live news feed. You don't just get one article and you're done. No, you get a constant flow of updates, one after another, as the story unfolds. See, a stream is like a pipe of data. Events or values can come through that pipe over time. A StreamBuilder hooks itself up to that pipe and just listens. And every single time a new piece of data comes through, bam, it rebuilds your UI to show the latest state. It's designed for that continuous connection. Just look at these use cases. They make it so clear. A real-time chat app. You're not sitting there pulling down to refresh to see if your friend replied, right? The messages just pop up. That's a stream. Or think about a food delivery app where you're watching the driver's little car move on the map. That location is updating constantly. That is a perfect job for a StreamBuilder. And here it is, the key takeaway for StreamBuilder, and it's the total opposite of the last one. This widget is built to handle multiple values over time. It's always on, always listening, and always ready to update. Okay, so we've met our two players. Now it's time to put them side by side. And trust me, really getting these differences is what separates clean, performant code from, well, a buggy mess that makes you want to pull your hair out. This little table breaks it all down perfectly. Just look at the data flow. It's a one-time packet versus a continuous stream. That one difference has a huge impact on the UI updates. FutureBuilder rebuilds just once when it's done, but StreamBuilder rebuilds for every single new event. And that leads us to the best four category: static, one-off data for FutureBuilder, and live, real-time, constantly changing data for StreamBuilder. Simple as that. And because they're so different, the mistakes you can make are pretty nasty. For example, using a StreamBuilder for a simple one-time API call, that's just total overkill and it's really inefficient. Oh, and here's a classic mistake almost everyone makes at least once: creating your future inside the build method. What happens? Your API gets called over and over and over again. And with streams, if you forget to close them when you're done, you're creating memory leaks that can seriously destabilize your app. So look, this isn't just about writing correct code for the sake of it. This has real-world consequences. A future builder is pretty lightweight, but a stream builder, if you're not careful, can be really expensive. It can force your app to rebuild parts of the UI constantly, which eats up resources. This choice directly affects how fast, how smooth, and how professional your app feels to the person actually using it. So, with all that said, how do we nail this choice every single time without fail? Well, you're gonna love this. It's way easier than you think. It all comes down to a super simple two-step decision. First, just ask yourself this. Does my data arrive once and then I'm done with it? If the answer is yes, you use a future builder. That's it. Now, if the answer is no, ask the second question. Does my data keep updating over time and do I need to see those updates? If the answer is yes, you use a stream builder. See? It really is that simple. And I want to leave you with this quote because it's so true. Most of the bugs you see in Flutter around async UI, they're not really Flutter's fault. It's just from misunderstanding these two widgets. So mastering this difference isn't just about learning two little things in the framework. It's about a huge level up in your ability to build really solid, responsive, efficient apps. Getting this right just wipes out an entire category of common bugs from your work. So as we wrap this up, I've got a little bit of homework for you. Think about the app you're working on right now. Is there a screen, a feature, some random API call where you might be using the wrong tool for the job? Take what we just talked about, that simple two-step rule, and go see where you can make your own app faster, cleaner, and just plain better.